Presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. All new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Delegate. Always open, always local.
Coming right up on primetime, lawmakers override a measure for GovGuam's health insurance providers. Nestor Lecanto has more on what this means for public sector staffers. Plus, nearly a dozen cars hit by burglars in one village in a single night. Carmen Terlahi shows you where. And one government vendor will not be renewing its contract next month. Crystal Paco shows you why Catholic Social Services is calling it quits. Half a day, everybody, and good evening. I'm Jason Salas alongside Sabrina Salas-Matanani. We thank you for tuning in tonight because in a move that the Speaker of the Legislature says will save millions of dollars, your elected lawmakers overrode the governor's veto of a bill that changes the procurement of the public sector's health insurance.
The law now requires that only the lowest priced plan can be considered. But the insurance company with the majority of subscribers disputes the savings and says the change could leave patients with a lot less choice. Nestor Lecanto reports.
The Speaker's bill was vetoed by the governor last March, and it was only on Monday that the legislature mustered 11 votes for an override. Lawmakers are seeking any way they can to blunt the impact of a mounting $70 million revenue shortfall.
If the negotiating team had just sent up what they considered to be the most economical health plan, then we would save $20 million.
Jerry Crisostomo of Netcare Insurance, which holds about 5% of the market, says it may make sense to go with a single exclusive carrier given the looming financial crisis.
The governor said the cheapest doesn't always mean the best, but you could, again, as a governor of Guam, set your own requirements under your RFP of what you want in your group health plan, and it'll be up to the bidders to perform.
The Speaker cites figures from the negotiating team indicating GovGuam could have saved more than $50 million over the last several years. But Frank Campillo, the administrator of Calvo's Select Care, which holds about 80% of the GovGuam market, says those numbers just don't add up.
We know the claims, and we know that anything below or close to those numbers that are being stated would have been very difficult for any carrier to be able to meet the financial responsibilities of that.
Another requirement of the new law is that covered plan benefits remain the same. Campillo says a better option would have been if the government just set a cap on what it plans to spend.
This is all we're going to pay for a single, this is all we're going to pay for a couple, and this is all we're going to pay for a family, and then still give the employees the options to choose health insurance.
He says starting a price war could backfire. It could lead to patients losing access to preferred providers and to unrealistically low bids, which he says would be irresponsible to accept if it threatens the solvency of the winning contractor.
The federal government, for instance, when you submit a proposal to them, and if your premiums are too low, they actually come back to you through their actuarial team and tells you, look, your premiums are too low, we won't let you bid on these premiums, you got to change your premium.
Negotiations for the government's next health insurance contract get underway in a few short weeks. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
All right, Nestor, thanks so much. Now, we first told you another news about a true bill being presented to a grand jury for the suspects accused in last December's prison murder. And an indictment was handed down late Monday against those accused in murdering detainee Edright Isar, otherwise known as Manson. Those charges include murder, manslaughter, and aggravated assault. The detainees are accused of brutally beating Isar at the Higatni detention facility. Namely, they're Alast Cimarron, Albert Santos II, Benster Benjamin, Isler Miller, Jimmy Hadley, and Marvin Rekim. Detainee Andrew Rios Jr. was indicted for first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Investigators say he covered his hand with a plastic bag and used his fingers to allegedly penetrate the victim from behind.
An internal affairs investigation is underway at the prison after an inmate was accidentally released from their custody. DOC Director Tony Lamarana says it happened over the weekend. He admits there was a miscommunication. Officials say the prison had received an order for inmate Ben Espinosa's release. But then they got a commitment order for a separate charge. The special operations team was able to track him down without incident. Lamarana says he was only out for a couple of hours. He says they are looking into the incident so that it doesn't happen again.
Well, one man was stuck between a rock and a hard place. These words from attorney Philip Lowenthal on behalf of former Guam Police Department officer Paul Santos. He was convicted of using his authority as the police officer to force a woman to have sex with him. Though he was sentenced to 21 years behind bars, he's not in jail yet, pending his appeal and remaining on house arrest. Lowenthal and prosecutor James Collins presented their oral arguments today, with Lowenthal arguing his client was compelled to speak to investigators or potentially lose his job.
They said your silence can be considered in an administrative proceeding for its evidentiary value that is warranted by the facts surrounding your case. What is the evidentiary value of remaining silent? Now, we as lawyers, we know there is no evidentiary value to silence. It's silence.
Nothing has ever been presented that the reason why Mr. Santos made these statements when he was questioned by the FBI was that he was somehow concerned about his job. Quite the opposite.
The Islands High Court took the matter under advisement.
2 people are rushed to the hospital after a stabbing Monday night. It happened at the Song's apartment in Barrigada around 10 p.m. Police say 2 men had suffered from stab wounds after a disturbance at the apartment complex. It is unclear if they were the only 2 involved in the incident. One victim was taken to GMH while the other was taken to GRMC. Their conditions have not yet been released. GPD's Criminal Investigation Division is investigating.
In other news tonight, one village has become quite the hotspot for burglars, with the latest round of burglaries targeting 10 different cars in a span of just 8 hours. Carmen Chalahi has this next unbelievable report.
Stealing and on the run. Burglars going on a spree, getting into 10 cars in the Camp Wittig area in Jotnya between 9 p.m. on Sunday to 5 a.m. on Monday. Village Mayor Jesse Blas says it didn't go unnoticed.
That's too many vehicles at one time to go unseen or unheard. So it might have been a little bit exaggerated in terms of exactly how many vehicles. But the fact is, an incident did take place. Vehicles were damaged and reported accordingly to the police.
Police say the suspects rummaged through vehicles, but officers did not notice any damage, indicating the cars were left unlocked. But Mayor Blas says burglaries happen regularly in Jotnya, often when residents are asleep in their homes and sometimes in broad daylight.
The reports we're getting are items taken would be such as bush cutters, blowers, pruners, chainsaws. Those seems to be the types of equipment or items that these culprits are taking.
The mayor encouraging the island community takes action. If you see something, say something and report it.
Understanding the shortfalls of our police department, them needing more police officers, or our government should really put more police officers out on the street. But in the meantime, we cannot continue to allow these types of crimes to happen because we need to be more proactive about reporting these things and not just see it and ignore it, because it could very well happen to your homes.
Police are looking for the suspects involved. Anyone with information is asked to call the police or Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
Now to the latest on a 3-car crash on a busy street in Mangilao. This latest one forcing the mayor to call on leaders to take action. He wants safety measures in place to prevent more accidents.
I'm pleading, man. I need help here in Mangilao. Please, if you guys can come to Mangilao and help me. I need help here because I can't put a price tag on anybody's life.
Manilao Mayor Alan Ngata is begging for help after a 3-car collision happened Tuesday afternoon on Route 10 in Manilao. He says 2 people were rushed to the hospital. Just one of the many accidents he's seen on this road, including the incident just last month where Jesus Francisco died after being hit by a car.
It's starting to sound like it happens every month, and that's not a good sight to be seeing. An accident in my own area to watch on my watch. I want to make my place as safe as possible, my community. The last I checked, the health, safety, and wellness of the community was to every elected official that took those oaths. So I'm really pleading to the government agencies, public works, the governor's office, someone that can help me please, I wrote letters, please come and help me put some kind of deterrence or help me install the crosswalk, help me control the traffic light.
The mayor wants elected officials to do something, including installing a traffic light and a crosswalk. He says this is a heavy traffic area, and cars are often seen speeding over 50 miles per hour.
This is a heavy traversed area, except people travel here because the education capital is Manila. Come to Manila, you can get an education, you know, you got the 2 colleges. But you have business. This is a business, though. You got Payless here, you got Bank of Guam, you got KFC, you got different Dow Rental, Taco Bell. You got kids going here, people going to public health. So it's really a heavy area with traffic.
Though accidents may happen, the mayor believes his request is worth a shot to save lives. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
Also tonight, the case against a couple facing federal drug charges is set to begin this week. Raymond Martinez Jr. and Juanita Moser appeared in federal court today, charged with conspiracy to distribute ice. Chief Judge Francis Tydinko Gatewood ruled on several motions to get the case moving forward. Jury selection and trial begins at 9:30.
Not playing games, the Attorney General's office appeared before the Supreme Court to appeal their case against Revan Tax, the governor, and companies that own gaming devices.
Keani Mendiola has our next story.
Oral arguments were heard at today's appeal before the Supreme Court. The Attorney General's office made an appearance to appeal the decision in their case against Department of Revenue Tax Director John Camacho, Governor Eddie Calvo, Atlas Amusement Enterprises, Daryl Stiles DBA D&D Games, and Guam Music Inc. As KUAM reported, former Attorney General Leonardo Rapadas filed a lawsuit against Revenue Tax and other defendants when DRT continued to issue gaming device licenses against the advice of the AG's office. The lower court made the decision not to disqualify the AG as DRT's attorney, but also ruled they would have to pay for their outside counsel. The AG is now asking that the High Court affirm the first ruling but reverse the second. Assistant AG Marianne Wolishuk.
The Attorney General has a legislatively appropriated budget. Appropriation and budgeting are exclusive legislative powers, and the trial court put requirements on the AG's budget in this case, and it's trying to take funds from the OAG and redistribute them to the DRT and the governor, and this violates the separation of powers, and that's why we're asking this court to reverse the court below.
The separation of branches outlined in the Organic Act would not require the AG to pay DRT's outside counsel, as they belong to separate government branches. In contrast, Governor's Counsel Sandra Cruz Miller argued that it is the AG's responsibility to do so.
Sue it here for its rules and regulations, then it needs to at least assist it in finding an attorney and in helping to fund that attorney. Instead, the Attorney General's office just said, you're on your own, basically. And that's an aggravation of its duty as the chief legal officer.
While their arguments differ, both parties want clarification from the court. Attorney Curtis Vandevelde represents Daryl Stiles.
The question is largely to what extent does the Attorney General's office have autonomy in making decisions about litigation that it will commence, and this is an important question for the territory of Guam.
The Supreme Court will take both parties' arguments in consideration before making a final decision. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Keani Mendiola.
All right, Keani, thanks so much, and thank you for watching, but please stay tuned because keep watching, keep streaming. We will be right back after this commercial break.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming of KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Leave no room for doubts this Valentine's Day by heading to IT&E. For February only, get your boo the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 for just $59. And for the Apple lovers, get the 10 for just $199 on the 40 gig 4G LTE data plan. Or 2 S8s for just $199 on a share plan. This sweetheart deal is available for a limited time only.
Cars Plus and Mighty has the trucks. And during Ram Truck Month, save up to $97.50 on new Ram trucks. Cars Plus has a great selection of 2018 Ram trucks. Plus, shop our remaining 2017 Ram 1500s. Voted Guam's best truck 2 years in a row. The Ram truck comes with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with 1.99 APR financing for qualified buyers, there's no better time to buy than now. It's Ram Truck Month, and only Cars Plus and Mighty has the trucks. Cars Plus, driven by you.
I'm Chase Lovage, the new face of Heineken Light. It has everything you'd want from a light beer, and it tastes great. It's the light beer that has it all.
Cut. What's going on with your teeth?
My teeth. What?
Your teeth.
What about them?
Did you whiten your teeth?
No. Yes.
The light beer that has it all.
What if I do this? Hi, I'm Chase Lovage.
Low calories, low alcohol, and a great taste. Deserves a spokesperson that has it all.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
It is now official for the island's current congressional delegate, Madeline BirdIO, has officially announced that she will be running once again. Joined by her family and campaign leaders, the BirdIO camp announced their candidacy downtown at the Plaza de España.
I am humbled to announce my candidacy for the re-election to a 9th consecutive term as your delegate to Washington. Guam needs a leader in Washington who can bring diverse coalitions together to pass important and meaningful legislation. Whether it has been to protect our national resources, address housing issues, or moving forward with the military buildup in a responsible and sustainable way, I have demonstrated this time and time again.
Also making the run for congressional delegate are Senator Michael Sinicolas, Jonathan Diaz, and Eric Lynn.
An already cash-strapped Gov Guam has prompted one vendor to call it quits for now. Catholic Social Services announced today their contract is up at the end of next month with no plans for renewal. The affected programs include the adult daycare services, in-home services, and case management. As Crystal Paco reports, more cuts are likely come the end of the year.
Over 2,000 clients will be affected and 100 staffers are expected to lose their jobs by the end of next month. This is the reality at Catholic Social Services, according to Executive Director Diana Calvo, who admits they've already had payless paydays. With the national tax reform ahead, there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
We're not cutting ties necessarily. The board has made a decision not to become a contractor. So we won't have that formal agreement with public health to perform the services. We did inform the director that, we will still be available to perform our true mission work, as a Catholic Charities agency.
The nonprofit has been Gov Guam's private contractor for in-home services, case management, and adult daycare services for roughly 30 years. These three services costing Gov Guam about $3.5 million annually. The decision to discontinue these services, Calvo says, was lack of funding and timely payments. The affected employees were put on notice since last year, and others from their Caridot and respite programs, which cater to those with disabilities, also given furlough notices in anticipation of their contracts end later this year. These services face a similar fate.
For the employees, what we have been letting them know and reinforcing is that, they are pretty much contract workers.
So what's next? The services would go back to the Department of Public Health and Social Services. According to Acting Director Leo Casil, the agency is pretty confident they can secure an interim provider while they prepare for a request for proposal for a new contractor. This will ensure no disruption in services. As for the affected CSS staff, he says they can be transitioned to the new provider. CSS also confirming that if anyone came to them in need of services, they would still help the community as part of their charity mission. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Another clergy sexual abuse lawsuit has been filed in Superior Court, as only identified by his initials to protect his privacy. A 60-year-old going by ABL alleges he was raped up to 9 times by former Guam priest Father Louis Burglaries. The rapes occurred during sleepovers at the Barragata Church when he was 14. Court documents state that ABL slept over at the request of the priest, and upon arrival, he was greeted by hugs and kisses all over his body before the priest allegedly raped him. Though he reported being in pain and wanting the abuse to stop, the priest told him it was normal and that because he was a priest, he should believe his word. The documents state, quote, "Only as ABL got older did he realize Burglaries' conduct was very wrong and was, in fact, criminal," end quote. Along with being raped on church grounds, ABL states he and other Boy Scouts were forced to swim naked with the priest, who groped and touched them in the water. The swimming trips were also always followed by trips to McDonald's and other restaurants. ABL is suing for $10 million and is represented by attorney Michael Berman.
The Guam Education Board is meeting tonight. On the agenda, 2 bills that address budget shortfalls. Again, for DOE, that's $19 million they have to make up. The first bill, 244, which would raise the gross receipts tax from 4% to 5%, beginning April 1st. The second bill, 245, that would increase the business privilege tax from 4% to 6%. DOE spokesperson Isa Baza says the meeting will be live streamed on DOE's Facebook page.
Well, do you know the next Teacher of the Year? If that instructor has worked for more than 5 years at one of Guam's 41 public schools and has demonstrated leadership and innovation both in and out of the classroom, they may be just the one. DOE is looking for a teacher that is exceptionally dedicated to lifelong learning. Well, nominations can be found on DOE's website and will be accepted until March 2nd at the end of the business day.
It's the American dream turning into a reality for Guam's newest naturalized citizens. A special President's Day naturalization ceremony was held at the district court today. 50 applicants took their oath of allegiance before Chief Judge Francis Tedinko Gatewood and Magistrate Judge Joaquin Manabusan. Additionally, Congresswoman Madeline BirdIO appeared as a keynote speaker. The 50 new American citizens hail from countries such as Canada, Chile, Palau, the People's Republic of China, the Philippines, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, and Turkey.
Please stay tuned, everybody. We are back right after this.
Binging movies in bed shouldn't make you want to hide under the covers when the bill arrives. That's why all of GTA's home internet plans are unlimited. We believe that you deserve better than home internet with hidden data fees, because you should be able to cuddle without worrying about bill trouble. So the choice is yours. Bill shock with the other guys, or a life unlimited with GTA. Say goodbye to hidden data fees and make the switch today to GTA. Your island, your network.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itano program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Kita Smaasi Matson.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
We have those moments in our lives that happen unpredictably. The unexpected instances that we did not really need. Now you can count on us to stay well, Papa to live well, Papa to stay well, making sure you stay well. Oh, to lift you up when times are low. I'll see how far we'll go, and stay well.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $8.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $8.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes! Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas just $8.99 each. No one out pizzas the Hut.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Off a day, Marianas, Guam, Chris, KUAM Sports, proudly brought to you by Triple J. And let's get right to it with some high school hoops action. T10 High Titans facing the Southern High Dolphins of boys high school hoops. Dolphins trailed by 16 in the first half, but came out in the second, hitting shots from long range. Pull up three, Joel Paras, no good. Ryan Blas crashing the board, comes up with the rebound, gets the putback. Blas finishing with a team high 17. Gene Galvez finds John Lopez making his way to the corner. Lopez. Funeral buries another three-pointer for the visiting Dolphins, who trailed by as many as 22. Mark Evangelista to Isaiah Guerrero, back to Evangelista, who pulls up from well behind the line. That should have been a four-pointer. Evangelista put up 16 for the home team. Southern High's John Lopez looking to make something happen on offense. Kick-out pass for the open three. Ball bounce. Javier Castro gets the rebound, takes it right on up for the score, and the Titans get the win at home, 63-38. Ryan Blas with another board here, dishes the ball off to Tino Buecas. Quick pass to Evangelista, who drives towards the basket. Pass to Isaiah Guerrero after drawing the double team. Wow. Teamwork. Gets the shot to go for two off the backboard in the finish. Cabo Select Care Grand Prix Series, dubbed as Guam's largest tennis tournament, wrapped up doubles play over the weekend at the Rick Nanetti Tennis Courts in Agotnya. The tournament featuring 59 events with players ranging from 6 to 55 years old, from the Manhoban to the Manomku. Matches played on different courts around the island over 5 weekends. Match format, the best of 3 sets with no ad scoring, with a super tiebreak in lieu of a third set. The juniors event drew some of the island's top AA tennis league players, while the singles, doubles, and mixed doubles competition brought out some of the experienced competitors. The award banquet scheduled for March 3rd. Check out tennisacademyguam.com for info and results. 2018 Pinpoint Guam King and Prince of the Lanes, Justin Mendiola, competed against 15-year-old second seed Frank Matabusan Jr. in the King finals. Matabusan punching out the match with a turkey gobble to force Mendiola to spare and hit a 7 count to claim his maiden title. Mendiola calmly delivered, picking the pin 10, closing out the match with a 9 count for a 188-186 win and earning his spot in the year-end grand finals. The Prince of the Lanes Championship round pitted 2 national U team members vying for the monthly title. Second seed Jason Espiritu took the early lead from 10th seed Naya Timinglo. Espiritu left a 7-10 split, which Timinglo capitalized on with a double and never looked back. The Prince of the Lanes Championship round pitted 2 national U team members vying for the monthly title. Second seed Jason Espiritu took the early lead from 10th seed Naya Timinglo. Espiritu left a 7-10 split, which Timinglo capitalized on with a double and never looked back. From then, both bowlers matched each other's output as Timinglo claimed the crown with a 195-173 win and receives her invitation to the year-end grand finals as well. Congrats again to Lenny Calvo, winning his quarterfinal bout of the 148-pound weight class by way of split decision in the Bengal Bouts boxing event held at the Edmund P. Joyce Athletic and Convocation Center. The event, started by Notre Dame football coach Newt Rockney as a way for his players to stay in shape during the offseason. The tournament, now a fundraising effort held by Notre Dame's men's boxing to raise funds for Holy Cross missions in Bangladesh. Thanks so much for watching. Once again, Guausi Chris, Marianas, Estadios.
Say hello to the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. Hapaday, and this is Jason. He lives on the island of Saipan. Jason wears a lot of hats in his community, and he definitely puts in the work to show for it. Some of Jason's daily roles include being a public safety officer, running NMI Crime Stoppers, training CrossFit, coaching paddling teams, even when it takes him to Guam. Gosh, just look at that view. Wherever he is, Jason can talk and share with his team and his community. Always fast, always clear. When he searches here, it's fast and clear. When he posts here, it's fast and clear. When he's live here, it's fast and clear. Just ask these kids, right guys? Everywhere fast, everywhere clear, with the widest 4G LTE network in the Marianas. Docomo Pacific, better together.
With every era comes two things. Change. And a Honda Accord that defines a generation. Introducing the all-new Accord, the most impressive Honda ever.
Okay, everybody, since yesterday was technically a holiday, happy belated President's Day, by the way, that means we have a lot of belated birthday shout-outs to get to. So, we got a big stack. Here they are. We have got a lot of birthday babies today, so let's get right to it, everybody. Clarel Titingfong, wishing you many more years to come. Hope your wishes and dreams come true, says your family. Eliana Kinatic Guzman has a birthday today, as does Bria Rose. It is Bria's 4th birthday, and this comes from Mommy and the family. Happy 25th birthday to Brittany Duenas. We love you, say Zay, Leisha, Leah, and Ava. And happy birthday to Summer Perez, who also blew up the candles today. Now remember, everybody, we also have belated birthday wishes. So happy belated birthday to Renita Rose Netadog Bernardo, a.k.a. Uncle Rick. Also happy birthday to Kayla Anikitachai. This is birthday number 5. From the loving family of Francis Ungakta, happy birthday wishes to you. J-Hope has a birthday today, so happy birthday from all of your friends and family. PJ, otherwise known as